Hello again, citizens, and welcome back for episode number 17 of The Whole Truth for the week of 27 January 2014. My name is Wes, and I'll be your guide as we navigate through the verse in search of information to satisfy our cravings. This week on the show, we've got big organizations module release, the $37 million stretch goal, and we have our own organization that's running 129 members strong, and you can join it. Would you like to know more? Let's do the website recap. We got an update on the next Great Starship competition. CIG wants us to vote for a type of ship we want to see designed in the competition. It's a pretty interesting list, from a racing ship to gunships. I voted for the Pirate Interceptor because at the time I thought that meant it's a ship to intercept pirates, but I think it's actually the other way around. Whoops. With a hefty lead of 11% over its competition, a stealth recon ship, the Mercenary Gunship is winning at 32%. Get over there and vote if you want to change that number. There's a Congress Now news update. Again, these are in-lore news updates that happen within the game world. This one is about getting the Jisho Corporation a license to begin opening franchises within the UEE to try and improve relations with the Xi'an and hopefully boost the local economies. This argument is about imposing limits to how many of these refueling and repair, or gas stations, can be opened up, and what happens when Xi'an stores start outselling their human counterparts. It's quite an interesting read regarding some of the in-game lore and economy, so you should check that out too. Lore Builder number 13 is up, and it's covering UEE Navy numbering and organization. The flow of command for the Navy is listed, including the way the fleets are laid out right down to the squadron level, and it also includes a basic diagram that you can have a look at. Once again, if you're interested in contributing to these weekly lore segments, get in on the weekly Lore Builder posts on the main site. There's a new poll on the site asking the question, what's your joystick? CIG wants to know our preferences so they can better explore their options on partnering with a joystick manufacturer to create a stick setup specifically for Star Citizen. I already own a Thrustmaster Warthog, but I would still consider purchasing this if something was released that was set up specifically to function better within this game. There's a few issues that come up with a typical joystick in a game with the degree of freedom and flight that Star Citizen has, and something designed to work specifically for that game would be great. Having said that, the poll indicates that people would also prefer that the joystick still be usable in other types of games as well, which is quite understandable. When dishing out money for a game controller of that magnitude, you want to be able to use it in more than just one thing. So far, the winning votes are for a HOTA setup designed for Star Citizen, but usable in other games as well. That sounds reasonable to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. This week we hit the $37 million stretch goal. That's right, this game has now been crowdfunded to the tune of $37 million. It's quite an amazing feat, and congratulations to the Star Citizen team and all of us, because we've wanted this kind of game so bad for so long. At $37 million, we've unlocked the Tangas system, a star system at the center of a nebula. From the site, the inner planets of the Tangas system were engulfed as the star entered the red giant phase. The expanded habitable zone unfroze a small world on the former outer ring, and for several hundred million years made it habitable. Life began to emerge and was just reaching a primitive state when the star collapsed into a white dwarf, throwing the planet back into a deep freeze, then blasting the world's atmosphere away with the resulting planetary nebula. That's how the system was found. Only 2 worlds remain, but both are dead planets with no atmosphere. The final vote-based system goals are up, and it's between a lost human colony, a Tavarian ghost world, and a Xi'an science outpost. I went for the lost human colony because you never know what you're going to find there. And now for something we've all been waiting for with bated breath, the web-based organization system has launched, and it is glorious. You can get to the organization's listing through the community menu at the top of the main page. You can create your own org, join other orgs, and even do advanced searches to find something that fits your playstyle. The new live chat is also there, and it's integrated. The XMPP-based system gives you the ability to have a private chat room for your organization that also comes stock with an officer's chat as well. This is just the first iteration of the organization system on the site that we've seen, so expect tons of things to be changed and added. As of now, you can customize your page with art, including a banner image, a major icon, a minor symbol, which is a 24x24 icon, and you can also add an image or a YouTube video to the bottom of the page. You might use that image space at the bottom as a promotional poster or anything you like. We have 3 tabs for the history, the manifesto, and the charter of your organization. These can be filled out using a form of markup language. You can do some limited formatting of the text and add clickable links. There's also a members tab where you can manage all the members of your organization using my favorite management system I've ever seen in an MMO style game. It's limited now, but I can see where they're going with it. You have roles and ranks separately. You can rename the roles and ranks as well. Roles determine the group permissions that the person receives, and ranks are there for flavor right now as they serve no purpose other than a title until you assign an actual role to that person as well. You can individually assign ranks and permissions. What this means is that if you have one captain that you want to be in charge of branding on your website, you can assign him the branding role and he will have those permissions. If you have another captain, same rank, that you don't want to touch your branding, you can assign him a totally different role, say recruiting, and he'll only have access to recruiting while being the same rank. With the addition of customizable roles in the future, I think this is going to turn out to be the best guild management system we've ever seen in a video game. What you've been seeing here in the background is our organization known as Romanticore. We currently have custom artwork being created that will depict our symbol, a lion-headed, feathery-winged manicore of awesomeness. You can join our organization at any time you wish. More on that at the end of the show. Let's get the update from Wingman. The first episode of The Next Great Starship is being filmed as we speak. This is going to be a very interesting show. I'm ready to see some of those designs. We got an interview with Dan Tracy in regards to Mannequin, the engine that drives all of the animations of the characters in the game. It also drives the vehicles and weapon animations like the spinning of the Gatling gun. It was stated that he's tweaking things now for the firing range, and Dan Tracy actually created the gun platform to test this system. It's a good informative interview. Having said that, the firing range has a whole lot of upgrades coming soon. Also, community manager Ben Lesnick is moving to LA and he will not be on Wingman's Hangar in the future. I'm sad to see you go, Ben, but good luck on your move and your new location. Here's Ben Lesnick's MVP of the week. This week it goes to Phelan again. He's the MVP for his amazing new Star Citizen magazine called Pulse. I had a look at this myself and intended to feature it on the show before I knew it had won the MVP because it is just a great piece of work. This magazine is titled as a Star Citizen Community Web Mag. It's very well done and you should definitely check it out. Thank you again, Phelan, for the hard work and for supporting your community. Ben also gave a shout out to Groundhound for being an amazing chat role user and always being available and helpful to build the community and help out new people that come into the chat. Thank you, Groundhound. Let's do the Q&A. Will CIG control prices? Will there be a maximum and minimum of cargo prices? Rob said, we're going to have to put some limitations on the prices because you can't have the economy completely collapse. It will fluctuate, but it will be a range. Ben said, we're going to do it inside the universe. It's the UEE tariffs and the government propping up things. Will we see recruitment campaigns to convince prospective cadets to enlist in Squadron 42? Everyone said maybe. When in a system or on a planet, will AI approach me to perform missions for them, or will it solely be on my talking to other players or AI? Rob said, that's definitely a goal to have the AI be that involved and seek out people with good reputations, for instance. Some things may take longer to get into the game than others, but it's definitely on the list. If someone manages to hijack a ship and makes a run for it, will there be any kind of remote control access possible or a high-tech version of a dead man's switch, which can be interrupted by the careful or clever pirate, of course? Rob said, you don't want to nerf the pirates. There may be some sort of limited ways of doing that. For instance, if it's still in your hangar and someone is trying to steal your ship, if we ever let that happen, then you could probably dead man switch it. I don't like self-destruction either because what about insurance? Is engine noise going to be final in alpha, or is it tentative like everything else? I think we know the answer to this question. Ben said everything is alpha until it's done. We are constantly improving the game. If Martin Galway comes up with a better way for engines to sound in 6 months, we're going to go with it. Eric said, that means we can upgrade the noises or sounds 5 years from now. Some people enjoy in-game holiday events and some don't. Will we have these and how will they be handled? Ben said we will have these. We've already done this with the Hangar module. We will see real holidays that make sense, obviously not 4th of July because that's not something that would be celebrated in the UEE. And you will see new holidays like UEE Formation Day. That's good news to me because I hate tons of weird holiday stuff in video games where it doesn't make sense in the video game world. Will food and drink affect our characters? For instance, if we drink too much, will we get drunk? Or if we eat too much, will we get fat? Rob said, everyone was so enamored of the drunk mission in Wing Commander. It was actually so awful to play. I agree. There are limits to how immersive you want things to be, and that's just tedious. Ben said, if you want to be fat and drunk while playing Star Citizen, you have to do it the old-fashioned way. Now we're moving into 10 for the Chairman, where Chris Roberts answers all the questions. With the new YouTube copyright issued with companies redacting videos or claiming them as their own, are you going to allow videos of Star Citizen? The simple answer is yes. We're actually quite excited when everyone is sharing videos of Star Citizen. It was cool to see everyone showing off their hangar, how their ships looked, and the fun and shenanigans they got up to. Will the insurance premium go up the more you lose your ship? Chris said, we haven't fully balanced that yet. We've had discussions about it. If someone is constantly losing their ship or doing dumb things like ramming other people, then there should be a penalty, because that would not happen in the real world, and you don't want to encourage bad behavior. You just don't want to punish someone for losing your ship to other players. How will we be able to disengage from combat? Will it always require us to have a faster ship than our adversaries, or will there be other ways to evade them? Chris said, that's a balanced thing. We haven't 100% figured out if it will only be about outrunning or if there's going to be other ways. We're certainly going to allow you to control your radar image, how hot or cold you are, so depending on your environment you could do things like hide behind an asteroid field and turn all your systems off so you disappear from other people's scopes. We're trying to figure out some good ways to escape and also have it so you can't always run away, because that wouldn't be much fun. If you're watching this on YouTube or if you're looking at this on our website, give me some answers to this scenario. How would you evade a pirate in the game world besides just running away? I want to know what you think. How will in-game ship buying and selling work in Star Citizen? In the good old Wing Commander Privateer game, I had to search the verse for different traders and compare available offers. I can imagine that in Star Citizen it would be similar, but with more details like negotiating prices, options, or organizing transportation, etc. Chris said, I want the buying and selling to be immersive. So you walk into a showroom and there's an NPC salesman telling you why you should buy this particular model of spaceship. On top of that, there are some ideas on negotiating prices to make it fun. I also want to make the gameplay focus on adventuring around the universe. You shouldn't be able to buy the same ships on every planet. I want you to go from one corner of the galaxy where they make the best dogfighter and go to the other corner where they make the best information runner, so you adventure around to buy different equipment and ships. Have you given any thoughts to how in-depth the banking account system in the persistent universe will be, and how it will be tied in with the org system? We're still on the early stages of the banking and account system. One of the points of the organization is to allow a group of people to manage a joint account system. So you will be able to charge people in your organization a membership fee and have a pooled account where you can buy things like real estate. We would try to push the banking and account system to be fairly realistic. We won't have a stock market like the one in real life, but we would probably have something that's fairly similar as well. Will there be a way to improve efficiencies with equipment, jobs, tasks, and general actions in the game? In essence, will there be a leveling up system where we can improve our ability to mine resources or haggle prices, detect other ships, etc. through man hours or experience, and unlock new equipment areas and quests or missions? Chris said, this is not a traditional MMO. There is no leveling. A lot of it has to do with your own skill. The equipment and things you have got will help you with that task. It is a combination of actual player skill, you as a person, and the equipment that you use. Perhaps you can't operate certain equipment without a license and you will have to do something like a driver's test, so we may have something like that. What happens if I fail during the first transit of a jump point? Seems like a quick way to an empty casket. Chris said, if you were charting the jump point the first time, then yes, if you mess up, it can potentially kill you or spit you out in a random system and you don't know how to get home. But generally, if it's already been charted and your nav computer has the jump coordinates, you will automatically make it there and you'll be fine. Are asteroids and other space objects built in a modular fashion like the ships? It seems like you could design a few different building blocks for constructing asteroids and then randomly assemble them in a lot of different ways. Chris said, we definitely have quite a few different asteroids, but we're doing R&D right now into a bunch of procedural generation of asteroids and asteroid fields. My goal is to make everything field designed and crafted, but use elements of procedural generation to give you variation that you need. Whatever happened to the star map? I remember a while back in-game 3D star map was in the works. From the old videos it looked pretty much done. Any word on when we'll see that for the community? Chris said the star map was an early prototype. It is not something I'm ready to share yet. We've got a bunch more stuff to do in terms of fleshing out our systems and making sure we're happy with them, and also in terms of the interface and how it works. We're actually doing a lot of work on our holo renderer, which is the system that's going to render 3D holographic objects as well as data and text on it. That's going to be the base for all of our systems, Mobiglass, first-person HUD, and ship HUDs. It'll be a while before we show it to the public. That's it for the Q&A. Let's do other news. This week in other news, I have a special treat for those of you that love sci-fi and also like the developer side of games. A new game is being released on Steam Greenlight on Monday with early access called Signs of Life. Signs of Life is a 2D sci-fi sandbox game with a combination of procedurally generated and meaningful handcrafted content. The game is all about exploration and resembles games like Terraria and Starbound. What drew me to this game was the art style and its exploration theme. I really enjoyed what I've played of Starbound thus far, and I can't get enough of games from that genre. Here's the cool thing. Alex Tilkin, the programmer for the game, will be joining me on my live stream on Tuesday, January the 28th, starting at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time or GMT-6. That's tomorrow if you're watching this video on release day. I'll be playing the game and he'll be answering questions and talking about future plans for the game. If you're into sci-fi and these types of games, please join us on Twitch and help support indie gaming. I've played an early release copy a bit to get acquainted with the controls, and the game is really cool. As a teaser, the game starts with you plummeting to the planet's surface in an escape pod and then trying to survive on that planet. I hope to see you guys over there. I'll be giving away some free copies of the game as well if you're interested in trying it out. And you can check out the website at playsignsoflife.com. The next topic in other news this week is that yes, I have an organization in Star Citizen and you can join it. I have had hundreds of messages about this already over the last few weeks, and I know a lot of folks were waiting, and here it is. As of right now, we have about 129 members, and that puts us about 22nd on the list for largest organizations. We accept everyone and start you out as a recruit for security reasons. After a trial period, you will be promoted to a full-fledged fleet pilot within our organization. We have our website up with forums going strong, and for a large organization, it's a very tight-knit community. Our manifesto on the site has all the pertinent information for you to decide if Romanticore is right for you. You must follow the 4 cornerstones: a generous spirit, mutual respect, maturity, and positivity. Our #1 goal is community, and that means we have multiple subdivisions that are run by high-level officers to help us keep things organized and give you the best possible chance of experiencing every feature the game has to offer, including high-sec activities. Our divisions are laid out on our website if you would like to check those out, and we are hiring for positions. All of the artwork on the organization page is temporary. We have custom artwork being done by a professional for the icon, the emblems, the patches, the t-shirts, the banners, and anything else we can come up with that people might want. The image is a lion-headed manticore with feathered wings. Thanks so much everyone for the interest. It's going to be a fun ride, and I hope to see you guys in the core soon. Let's do the r/Star Citizen post of the week. This week it goes to TechBot121 for his post about some interesting things he found in the Star Citizen files. Among those are some UI images and an image of a Mobiglass screen, as well as a couple of posters. Thanks TechBot121 for digging these up and sharing them with us on Reddit, and thank you for helping out your community. Once again, we've passed another week on the road to Star Citizen's release. I can't wait to play the game with you guys, and I hope to see you all again here next week on The Whole Truth. Goodbye.